This has been a tough week, I'm not going to lie. I've struggled to return to a maintenance protocol that stabilized my weight. If you've been following along, last week I ended my fast, and it wasn't planned, so I stayed true to myself and I listened to my body and I fed myself as I felt it was the right thing to do. Hello everybody, it is Sunday, May the 18th, and welcome to another edition of What's Going On at ClubFred. Today I'm going to give you the 3 things to do after having a bad week. And we're going to review the good, the bad, and the ugly of a week after an 18-day fast. But first I'm going to the grocery store because I'm going to change up my feeding, and it's time to get some fresh vegetables. So this is my food haul. Some salmon, cherry tomatoes, cauliflower, broccoli crowns, cottage cheese, some romaine lettuce, some roast. This one's a outside round roast. This one's a beef blade roast. Some bacon. So let's get out of here.
Oh, yes.
I keep my fasts open-ended on purpose so that we can respond to the changing needs of our body and stay true to ourselves. So I fed because I felt it was necessary, and that was regardless of any goals that I'd set for myself. But it's still hard not to be disappointed because I wanted to achieve some new goals I had set for myself. I wanted to get into the 180s, and I had to abandon that goal. And since then, this week has been a long week. And as I fought to stabilize myself and gain control over my refeeding and restore myself back to some kind of order, this video that I'm doing right now was looming in my head all this time. And I was kind of dreading this report because I have spent a year of diligent effort learning and applying various techniques to change my life. So I've kind of set myself up as someone that can mentor others, bring answers, cobble together some kind of program. And I want to be able to just come on here and say, okay, so when you experience this kind of thing, there's 3 things I've learned, and I'm going to detail them for you right now on this video. So number 1, but no. And what I've learned is that what worked for me at one time may not always necessarily work all the time. It's like everything changes. The whole thing is ever evolving, and the only constant is change. So if you're doing what you've always done and it's not working, or you're wondering why you can't make it work, chalk it up to why you have a hamper full of left socks and the right socks have disappeared forever. Chalk it up to those unexplained mysteries of life. What I'm disappointed about is that I fasted for a full 18 days. I lost 20 pounds. And within 3 or 4 days of refeeding, I was struggling with about half of that weight having been regained. Now still, that's 10 pounds. That's just the thing. I changed my life by water fasting, and I was able to go 75 days, and I've done subsequent fasts. Another one was 30 days, and I've done many 7 days, and this last one was 19 days, but the results this last fast were not great. And in the last 3 or 4 days of that fast, I was not feeling the way I thought I should be feeling. So what do I know? I don't know anything. And if I've done one thing right is in the community that I've built, I've asked for people to share their stories and just be honest. Because if you've done something like this in your life and you want to document it and you can say, this is what I've done and this is fantastic and this is what everybody else should do because you're passionate about it, as I've been, and you know it worked, you're making a mistake to think that it works for everybody and B, that it would work for you again. So what I've learned with my own journey is that as you get closer to a goal weight, as you move out of obesity, in the lower range of your weight loss of, let's say, 20 pounds, it's a lot different than when you're carrying 60, 80, 100 plus extra pounds. It's like another category. So this past week, I thought I could return back to my eating protocol, which was carnivore. And I pretty much ignored all of my advice about refeeding. Just jumped right back into carnivore, and I showed you on my last video I had cooked a roast and I ate that roast, but then I also ate some more chocolate and I ate some peanuts, and I ended up feeling really sick. Really uncomfortable. Enough so that I embarked on a 30 plus hour fast immediately thereafter. So I skipped Monday's eating. On Tuesday, I did a really nice high fat, low carb bowl, keto, and I ate only half of it, and I was so full. And I thought, wow, okay, great. I'm back into this thing. I'm in the groove. I know what's going on. I'm back in control. But then later in the day, I ate the rest of that bowl. And then I cheated some more. I think I still had a little bit of chocolate left, and I had some peanuts. I know I shouldn't be doing that. I would tell you not to do that. But I didn't care. And I also thought, oh, it's my weakness and I just need to get it done and over with. So I saw some scary numbers on the scale. I started creeping up to around 210, and I fasted to 197. So I fasted again on Thursday for probably close to 40 hours. And the lack of control that I've been experiencing this week has been giving me some anxiety, and I've been feeling kind of doomy. It's kind of like, I don't know anything. Everything I've done didn't work. I've fasted for 19 days. I lost 20 pounds. I'm going to put it all back on in a week. It just feels really deflating, and it's scary. The one thing I learned is that I like fasting because I feel really good in my body, but it's something about control. I feel in control. The doomy feeling, the anxiety, I think is related to the carbs and the sugar. Our diet can really affect our mood. So that was the bad and the ugly, and I should discuss the good. The good is I feel really good physically, and I've been eating carnivore, and just putting in that protein and that fat makes me feel, without working out or anything, makes me feel strong, muscular. I feel, without working out, I feel like I'm really solid. And things have shifted around in my body, so my clothing fits me well. I feel good, I feel solid, I feel strong. And that could be part of it too, because the carnivore, I know when I began eating carnivore, I was gaining for about a week. And in the second week, I stabilized and I started losing weight. And that was just prior to doing this fast. And I kind of wanted to just experiment with that and stay in that. And, I started the fast at 217 pounds. So I was, maybe about 220 pounds while I was eating carnivore, and I was starting to come down. But I don't regret doing the fast at all. So like I said, I'm so close and yet so far. So if there's one thing I can say that could encourage some of you, encourages me, is to look at the big picture. Because we always need to have a goal. And I have a goal. I want to get to a different place in my weight. Maybe that's not even the right goal for me. But it's important to keep the big picture in mind. And the big picture here is simply this. Where were you 1 year ago today? Are you in a better place? For me, I'm 50 pounds less than I was a year ago. 50 pounds less than when I began my 75-day fast. A little more than a year ago. And with some ups and downs, I have maintained a pretty healthy life for a year. And that's significant enough for me to spend some time thinking about, because that puts it all into perspective and makes me realize that in the big picture, grand scheme of things, all is good in my world. And while the goalposts are moving and I'm adapting and I'm still learning, I should be pleased. So if you're in a better place today than you were last year, 5 pounds less, 10 pounds less, for me, 50 pounds less, great, right? So I think to summarize this video today is to confirm a message that I've been sending for a while now, is that it's all about maintenance. Water fasting is easy. For me, it's easy. For many, it's easy because it's simply on or off. Eat or don't eat. What's not as easy is finding a sustainable groove of maintenance that you can eat and live in a way that you can satisfy yourself without excessive cravings or hunger or lifestyle limitations, and keep a constant weight. And no matter where you're at in fasting experience, if you can do that, if you can find a healthy way of eating that makes you feel good, that you can maintain, it's sustainable, right? Then that is the very first step in ordering your life towards success. Because when you find that fulcrum, that balancing point, eating regimen in your food and lifestyle choices, then it's only a matter of backtracking off of that point a little bit. And there's a number of things you can do at that point. You can start eating OMAD. You can start adjusting and taking extra things out of your diet, like carbs, and going into a keto-based diet, or you can start experimenting with carnivore, or you can just lower your calories and basically even just skipping some meals or doing skipping one feeding day a week. And those are going to give you small losses. So if you're generally satisfied and you're in control in your maintenance program, and you don't have binge sessions or anything, and you're not having cravings, that is a success. That is where it all starts. That would be perfect prep before a fast, because it's essential in the long run after a fast. The fast is just a temporary little thing. Even a 75-day fast, even what Fasting Fat Man is doing 130 days, in the grand scheme of things, those are just little moments. It's what you do in the long run that's going to make all the difference. So I'm working at trying to restore that maintenance protocol, that groove again in my life. Regardless of that number on my scale at this moment, I want to have a feeding protocol that is satisfying to me, that doesn't make me feel like I'm denying myself of things that I want, that does not produce cravings, so that I can enjoy food, maintain my weight, and then slowly perhaps lower my weight. Because I'm about 10 pounds from my comfortable maintenance of 197. And anything lower than that is a bonus. So where I'm at right now is that my last fasting experience taught me that at this point in my life, some intermittent fasting, some 24 or 48 hour fasts in a week are easy enough for me to accomplish. And other than that, I'm going back to what worked for me and what I know. And that's why I'm here in the parking lot at the grocery store, because I'm going to load up now on the groceries I need to assemble my King's Feasts, which I spoke a lot about in season 1. That's when I began, was while I was eating, I was talking about my fasting and showing you what I was eating. And while I was eating in that protocol, I was able to actually lose another approximately 10 pounds. So I love water fasting. I believe in it. But I'm not going to tell you how to do it. And I want you to know that you need to focus on a sustainable maintenance protocol in your life. Don't ask, am I allowed this? Am I allowed that? If you think that you want to do something, try it. Because we're not looking for a 2-week fix here. We're looking at a change in our lifestyle. And anybody can white knuckle something for a couple weeks. But can you maintain it? That is going to be the critical ingredient in your success. So keep the big picture in mind. Don't think about, oh, I wanted to fast 7 days. I only fasted 2 days. I failed. No. Did you lose some weight? Are you changing your life? Are you slowly but surely moving towards a sustainable maintenance protocol? If you are, then congratulations. It's working out for you. So that's all I have to say today. A little bit of a different video. I don't know if I'm going to report every week anymore for a while. In many ways, I don't like living a public life. I have always brought forth my experience and my information in the hope that it will help some people towards a more healthy life that has vitality and that they can be the best that they can be, and that they can help themselves so that they can help others and be a blessing to their family and to the world. So I may or may not make a video next week. I may not make a video for a while, and I may. To be perfectly honest, the way I feel right now is I've got nothing to say. It's like I'm going back to a research phase, kind of need to go back to my notes and look it over, review everything and say, is this good? And what I believed, is it right? And then, I suppose, I can write chapter 2 of my book. So, like everybody else, I'm just learning. But I do know my personality, and if I have a week of positive results, I will be pumped. I will be happy, and I will want to share the good news. If I return back to my King's Feast OMAD protocol, which is 23-1, eating in a 1 hour window, and fasting on Monday, technically a 47-hour fast once a week, then I will be very happy to share that. So at this point, I'm not planning any more extended water fasts for a while. My goal is to sit in a maintenance mode that is sustainable, because my body feels good. I feel strong. I feel solid. When I look in the mirror and coming out of the shower, I see some flab. But overall, I think I look good, and I'm happy with that. And I'm healthy. So that's the main thing. It's all about the maintenance. Remember that. It's all about the maintenance. And so with that, I would like to say God bless everybody. And as always, love yourself, stay safe, and be awesome.